All right, so at a concert, you buy some t-shirts. How many t-shirts did we buy? Some. So what do you think that's going to represent? X, our variable, right? So let's write that off to the side because you always have to define your variable. So X, so Alex, you need to stay with me. So put that to the side. Okay. So X represents the number of t-shirts that we bought. But how much did we pay for t-shirts? $12 each. And then the same number, we bought the same number of CDs. So how many CDs did we buy?
Same number of t-shirts.
So what did we call the number of t-shirts? So X also represents the number of CDs. And we can label them the same variable because it's the same amount. That's the only time you could do that. But how much did my CDs cost?
$7.50.
Okay, so we have to write an expression in simplest form. So I bought t-shirts and I bought CDs, right? If we're figuring out the total, what's going to go in between my t-shirt cost and my CD cost? What operation? What operation? Addition, because we're figuring out the total, right? So my t-shirts cost how much?
$12.
Times, how many did I buy? X. So Alex, are you writing this down with me? Okay, so you need to follow along. Plus, how much do my CDs cost? Times, how many of those did I buy? So 12 times the number should give me my cost of t-shirts, plus 750 times the number should give me my cost of CDs, which would give me my total cost, right?
Yeah.
So do I have like terms?
Yeah.
Yes, because the variable is the same to the same power. So if I had 12 x's and I add 7.5 x's, $19.50 times the number that I buy x. It is not squared.
So if there
We're
was
adding them together.
another number, you wouldn't add that one in. It had an X.
If it didn't have an x with it, you wouldn't add it now. Okay. On G, I'm going to get you started. I want to see if you guys can go from there. So it says you have some money. So what does our variable x represent?
The money.
Who, though? Me. So this is you money. X represents my money. Okay? Your friend has $50 less than you. We have to write an expression in simplest form to represent the total amount. So how many people are we talking about here? Two. So we have you, and we have your friend. Now, we're figuring out the total between you two. So what operation goes in between? Plus. I'm actually going to end up doing this one with you, I guess. So how much money do you have?
You don't have.
X, because we said X represents you money. So we have X amount. How much does your friend have?
$50 less than you.
$50 less than you. How do you write $50 less than you?
Negative 50.
Negative 50?
No.
Minus 50?
Because if you have negative less than 0.
It'd be u minus them. So how do you write u minus that? X minus 50. Because this X represents what I have. And I'm adding what my friend has. And my friend has $50 less than what I do. Okay? So now, do I have any like terms?
Yes.
Do I have variables to the same power? Yeah. I have an X and an X. So if I have one X and I add another X, how many X's do I have? And then what do I do with this minus 50? Subtract 50. Can I add these two together? They're not like terms, so that would be my answer. Okay, if we're still a little bit confused about this X plus X minus 50, let's say I have $100. So if I have $100, my friend would have $100 minus 50, right? So what would be, how much money would we have altogether? $150, right? If you only wrote X minus 50, which is what a lot of you would have wrote, this would have said what I have minus $50, so then our total would have been 50. Does that include what I have? No, so that's why we have this extra X right there, because that is what I have. Now, does that make sense? Because if I would have just wrote X minus 50, that would just be my friends. That wouldn't include me. Kind of like this right here. That wouldn't include me, would it? Because there's a difference between $150 and $50, right? I'd rather have $150 than just 50. That's odd. Okay. I would like you to do number 3 and 4. Stand quietly when you're done. Okay, so they give you the expression in number 3. It's G plus 7/100 G. Do you have like terms?
Yes.
Yes, because you have the same variable to the same power.
Yes.
Now, how many G's are right here?
1 G.
So we can always write 1 in front of it. So now how do I simplify the expression?
1
Shia?
1.07.
So you add 1 and 7/100, which gives us 1 7/100 G, because it's G's attached to it. That's the simplified expression. We're making that a little harder than what it needs to be. And then it says, what if the price is 52? So what do I do now?
Times 52.
So now I substitute
The G.
the G for 52. So I actually have to multiply 2 times 7,
14.
2 times 0,
0.
plus 1, 2 times 1,
2.
0 it out, 5 times 7,
35.
5 times 0, plus 3, 5 times 1.
5.
Add them together.
4, 6, 5, 5, and decimal was 2 places.
So I move my decimal twice here, so I have to move it
Twice there.
twice there. So my cost would be,
$5.
oops, $55 and questions on that now. So some of us tried to say that this was 2G plus 7/100. Okay, put that coefficient there so you can see it's 1 plus 7/100. That makes sense, Blake? Number 4, so you're going to a basketball game and you buy 3 waters that cost X dollars. It actually tells you what your variable represents. So X represents
Water.
the cost of water. So you always should start with defining your variable. And your brother buys a bottle of water and a bag of peanuts that cost $4.50. So it's saying the peanuts cost $4.50, not the water and peanuts combined. Okay? So you have you and you have your brother. And we're figuring out the total, so what goes in between that? Addition. What did you buy?
You bought 3 waters.
How many? Yeah, do we know how much the water cost?
No,
So 3 times
how
X.
much? Not yet.
Not yet. So you bought 3 of them times X, the cost. Now, what did my brother buy?
1 water.
So how do you write 1 water? 1 X, or X. Plus, what else did he buy? A bag of peanuts that cost $4.50. Now, Landon, if I have 3 X's and 1 X, how many X's do I have? 4X plus $4.50. That should be your final answers because you don't know what you don't know what water costs. Questions on that? What? Questions?